What's up, Future Pros? My name is Ryan with Servicely, and I personally wanted to say thank you for watching our video. If you're looking to get started in your service trade, jump on over to servicely.com. Once you register, you can go to the Servicely U tab and find our Future Pro Starter course. We just released this course and it's going to break down everything you need to know in order to start your business. It's going to teach you how to get involved in your trade. It's going to teach you how to get an LLC, how to get an EIN, even how to create a logo, business card, t-shirt, all the way to creating a website and getting set up on Google My Business. It's going to remain in your dashboard at that point. So if you have to walk away, when you come back, just re-log in and it's going to be there every time. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me at ryan@servicely.com and I'd be happy to answer any questions that you may have. So without further ado, let's jump into the video.
Hey. They been on their ass, bitch, I'm on the rail. I wrap it, I bag it, I pack it for sale. Got feeling on speed out, I hit me to chill. I give it a thrill, I put it on film. Facade, get applaud, that ain't real. Come to my section and flex, we can tell. I got a show where she dipping them nails. I'm flipping my L's, I know they could tell. I did it too major, they hit me for favors. Been him since the cable was cut in the cradle. What's up, only right that I do it. Colossal until I'm a fossil, they want me to fail. Look, we prevail, tell them to point out who's.
So I'm Mike, I'm in the pool industry. I own Stay Fresh Pools, the coolest pool business in the Chandler, Gilbert, Queen Creek area. The whole thing with our service is to provide you with top quality service from not just the fact of a clean pool, but from the accessibility of my company to you. So if something's going on with your pool, as it might drive my wife nuts, it's the fact that you can contact me at 10 o'clock at night. You may not get a response, but I will see that message and you will get contacted first thing in the morning. That way we can tell you, hey, this is what needs to be done. I'll be out there today, or I'll be out there tomorrow. That's how fast our turnaround is. I won't be out there next week. It will be within that same day or the following day to see what's going on, and then we'll plan accordingly to take care of whatever the issue is. Stay Fresh Pools, the beginning of it, I went through literally every emotion that you could go through, from ups to downs to highs and happies. The beginning of it was probably, a heavy mixture of both, all the way. But I started this business because I needed to be my own boss. Absolutely needed to be. I was in the insurance industry, corporate world, and it didn't work for me. It just wasn't my vibe. I would butt heads with authority at all times, and that's where things would just always not work out. So I had a friend, had a pool business. I saw him doing it, saw he was killing it. And me being a competitive person with myself, looked at him and was like, man, I could do this better than he can. Let me do this. And so I jumped in. Head first, my boy, his name was Kale, great guy, took me in, knew that I was going to learn the business from him to start the business on my own. So we were on the same page with that. And then I worked for him for a year, taught me his things, and he ran his business different than the way Stay Fresh is today. But he opened up the door to me to get an understanding of the pool industry altogether. And service, his was, more of a patch it, Band-Aid type stuff, get people by, save people money today type thing. So I learned little repairs here and there from him. After a year, I built up enough accounts to say, hey, you know what? I got to go on my own. I can't cover your pools and my pools at the same time, and started rocking with it. I went through the hard times of undercutting myself because I was focused on, man, my family needs money. We need to pay bills. You know, we're struggling. We lost our house. We lost our cars. We had to move into my mom's house, which is, 1,300 square foot home with a family of 5, and plus my mom and my stepfather. So full house with our pets too. We had 2 stupid cats, and we had my dog. So it was a process, man. We had one car, which was a Trailblazer, and that was our family vehicle and my pool vehicle. I mean, I would have to roll around in that vehicle with the windows down all the time, picking up the kids from school. Windows have to be down all the time because chlorine was spilling and acid would spill, and it was just a mess, and the truck was horrible and not safe, but we were doing it. I was like, I started a business. I'm going to do this. I'm going to go take any pool that comes my way. It looks like shit and has shitty equipment. I didn't know anything about this stuff. All I knew is this is money. So what will you pay me to do this was the kind of attitude, basically. If I said $100 a month and they were like, well, will you do it $75? I'd be like, yeah, I'll do it for $75 because that's another $75 I didn't have. Not understanding the business side. Here I am and I'm hungry. I'm focused. I want to get money, but I don't know anything about the stuff that really makes you a business owner. The act of being a pool boy, anybody can do it. Anybody can be a pool boy. Not everybody can be a pool professional, and that's the difference. Understanding the difference between a pool boy or pool girl versus a pool professional. There's night and day difference, and I am not a pool boy at all. My company is not pool boys. We are 100% pool professionals. There's a lot of guys you run into the wholesale stores, and you can see it in their faces or you can hear it in their words that they hate what they do. They're burnt out. They're tired. And I can tell you one thing, the reason that they are like that is because they don't know what they're worth. They don't charge accordingly for themselves. Not for what the job that they're providing, but their worth. That's what makes you different. And that's what makes you succeed. 100%. Yeah, so we'll head into the backyard. Obviously, when we set up service, all the customers know when we come out that if they have any dogs or anything like that they'll be put away for you, and we'll be safe and we can do our job professionally and provide that quality service that we're all about. All right, so the first thing we'll do is we'll walk over to the skimmer basket. I like to check the skimmer basket and the chemistry first thing. So we'll get back here, open this thing up. And look at that, got a tennis ball and a wonderful beetle, and looks like some hair, but it's all good. That's what we're here for. We'll get all this stuff out. We'll empty this basket out, this hair. So see that, this comes right off. Let's pull that out, and then we'll knock this out into our net. After that, after we empty this basket, we're going to check our chemistry, see where our readings are at, and add what's necessary based off of that. Get this, make sure you put this back in. There you go. Basket's nice and clean. So this is what we use, AquaChecks. You'll base your readings off of here. We're focused on our chlorines and our pH and alkalinity. And each of these gives you a gauge of where we want them. We like to keep our pools right around the 3 to 4 range. 5's okay on heavy use pools, but for the most part we like to keep them right around the 3 and the 4. And same thing, you got your pH readings. It gives you your range that you want to be in between 7.2 to 7.8. Most of our pools are about a 7.5. And same thing here, alkalinity. You'll see your ranges, what's low, what's high. If we have high pH, we're going to add, either or, high pH and high alkalinity, we got to add acid so we can bring those down. Now if these are low, then we have other chemicals that we'll add that will balance those out. So, but either way, let's test this and see where our readings are at. Give it a good swipe through, and then we wait and give it about, I don't know, 10 seconds. Let it sit on the strip so we can get a good quality range reading and see where we need to do. And in the beginning, you'll eventually understand these colors, and you won't have to look at the bottle. But there's a reason why you have this bottle. We're right about a 3 on our total chlorine. We're right about a 3 on our free chlorine, so our chlorine readings are good. And our pH is a little high. This is a salt pool, so it's not a surprise. And for here, I would add about a half a gallon of acid to bring these two down to where we want them at. But either way, this is your friend while you're out servicing pools and training. Figure out where your readings are. Go ahead and put them here, and this is what you'll gauge. So with his total chlorine and this being okay, we would go ahead and add a gallon of liquid chlorine just to bring these levels up, and a half gallon of acid to balance out this pH and alkalinity. Careful when you open up the acid, the fumes are strong. So a lot of guys will pour them up high, but you'll get a splash. I like to pour it low and go to the deep end. Also, when you add acid, always turn on your pool. Filtration, circulation is very important. We don't want this acid just sitting in one spot that can affect the interior of the surface. You get the pool on so we can start circulating it. Bring your net. You got to empty the baskets on the pumps. Here we go. We got a VS Superflow and a Pentair cartridge filter. So once you get comfortable, we'll just give it a good little kick. Get that basket off. And get all this out of there. So let's get this pool up and running. Now on to just the typical maintenance side of it. We'll give this pool a good brushing. And we brush the walls and the steps every week. No matter if the walls and steps look clean, we still always brush walls and steps every visit. We'll grab our net, skim the pool up, get whatever debris we have on the top. Any leaves on the bottom, we'll just go ahead and scoop them out. Now we did it. We brushed the pool, we skimmed the pool, we emptied all the baskets, we turned on the equipment to make sure that everything's operating properly, and then we tested the water to see where the chemistry's at. So now, with all of that, we know our readings. We added the chemicals to bring up our chlorine and to bring down our pH so that this pool is properly maintained with water chemistry. And when we come here next week, we'll do the same thing and just make sure we keep this chemistry on point, and we can move on to the next one. But the biggest advice I'd tell you right now is know your worth. Know your worth and charge accordingly for that. If you're not doing that, then you're not going to be happy in anything you do. So know that. That's the biggest thing I can tell you. That's what will show you how to shine and succeed in whatever industry. So if you're in the pool industry, by all means, know your worth, be authentic to yourself, and go out there and get it.